Let's take a look at the last regression in our Breaststroke 10-2 series. So in our previous versions, we were using a couple different pieces of equipment. We were using a snorkel, we were also using fins, and now your athletes are ready to do this drill without any assistance from equipment, and hopefully let's see how they do. So let's talk over those kind of key points. So we'll start here with a kick. We'd like to see a nice moderate kick here behind us. The kick is going to be the item that adds propulsion, so that way we can really think about moving forward as the body is traveling through the water. And let's go over some of the key items that we look for in the kick. So here we see a foot nice and pointed. Great job right there. And then also right here, we've got a foot nice and pointed. Really good job. Those toes pointing and those ankles having that extension really promotes a strong foundation for a kick. Next thing we want to look at is going to be the bend of the knee. Now in breaststroke, we are not going to have to worry about this too much. However, because we're doing this with the flutter kick, we want to make sure that we are taking the principles of our flutter kick and applying this into this drill. So what do we mean by that? An extreme here is if we have a straight leg. If we're just kind of constantly here kicking with straight legs, you're going to have a lot of potential speed, but that speed will give out and you're not going to really have a lot of power here behind the kick when you're performing the movement with your legs. What's excessive? Excessive is going to be something like this, where the knees are going to be bent very strongly under the body, and the feet are just going to kind of be moving up and down, maybe making contact with the surface. They'll be moving fast, but the feet won't be, you won't be really moving. So kind of think about like if you would be having seen mud in tires. That's kind of that analogy. Also an extreme here is going to be if the knees are bent at that 90-degree mark, really outside the surface of the water. Here we'd be kicking a lot of air, resulting in not us really moving forward. So what do we kind of want to think about? We kind of want to think about to a level of kicking under the body. We like to kind of have an analogy for our athletes to be able to perform this drill here, thinking about kicking a ball that is under the body. So that way the feet are going to have to come down under the body with some sort of a natural bend and then return back up to the surface so that the feet are staying and making contact with the surface. Ultimately, what we like to see here is this white water, boiling water, thunder kick. It all means basically the same thing. So again, we want to have that just this nice strong kick here behind us, and then we're just going to be performing an outsweep version of this, an outsweep, because that's what that 10 and 2 is. So in other progressions, you can look at going 11 and 1 or 9 and 3. We like that 11 and 1 for at that developmental or maybe very young age group level. 9 and 3 is going to be something, say, for your very advanced, and we mean very advanced athletes. So here what we want to see is just the head staying nice and steady. The chin is looking down. The eyes can look down or just a little bit forward to kind of see what's happening. The most important thing is that we just don't see a lot of bobbing in that head. We want to kind of keep that head nice and steady. And then what we want to see is those hands turn out. And then we're going to sweep out to 10 and 2 with the arms. Then what we'll see is just a little flip of the hands. And then we want to come back in to being right in front of the head. Perfect job right there. And just keep repeating that. When your athlete is going to need to take a breath, what we'll see is just a little lift of the head right here. And then we want to focus on getting that down right away so that it's going to kind of just be a very quick breath. And again, just keep working, making sure that those feet are staying at the surface and keep performing that 10 and 2, 10 and 2. Here as we take a look at our underwater view of the kick, feet here are nice and pointed. Just again, another perspective and emphasis on making sure that as that up kick here, we want to drive that foot down under the body, thinking about kicking a ball, and then returning the feet back up here to the surface. Now here we think we can get the athlete, and we would recommend our athlete going just a little bit deeper with those legs, so that way we can return everything being up at that surface level. So we look at our return view, it's much better here with the kick. And then head here, staying, quick breath, and then getting that head back down. Just again, want to watch that we're not pressing too deep with that head. We should be just right at the surface as we're moving. So here we kind of see just a little bit deeper with that head than we'd like to see. Out sweep, remember that 10 and 2, and then return in. Again, this is a great drill just for kind of feeling the pressure here of the water along the palms and along the forearms, kind of both ways, out and then in. Really nice job here by our athlete. So we go underwater just to get another perspective as we're moving through. Just again, at 10 and 2. So out to 10 and then out to 2, returning back in. Also can look here to see where that level, that kick is going under the body, just to kind of give you again that different perspective. And just keep looking for consistency in those items. Again, this will be a great drill for your your age group swimmers all the way up even into your senior level. Overall here, if you found some great value out of this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe.